Paul Merson, great to see you, Merson. Thanks for coming along.
Pleasure.
Let's get your take on Jorginho first and foremost. How good a deal is that for Arsenal?
I think outstanding. I think outstanding. You're buying experience as well. I think, you know, his experience. He's won big trophies. You know, he is a proper holding midfield player. You know, I was only talking about 2 years ago when they won the Champions League, Italy won the Euros. We're going, why don't England produce one of these players? You know, 2 years on, Arsenal could be getting him. I know he's 2 years older, but he's so intelligent. He'll protect the back four, and he just gives it simple. He'll be feeding Odegaard, he'll be feeding Saka, Martinelli. For me, he's a top signing, and he knows the game. He knows he won't be playing every week. He knows he's, you know, if everybody's fit, he won't be playing. But he will bring that experience and calmness. He never panics on the ball. You know, and for me, in this day and age of the transfers, you know, I'd call it a cup of tea at £12 million.
Any concern over the tempo? Some people have said that maybe he slows things down a touch. Would that be a problem for Arteta?
What? Sometimes that needs to happen at Arsenal. I think, you know, there's times when that will need to happen. You can't keep on playing at 100 mile an hour at high tempo. Sometimes you've got to, you know, slow the game down, give people breathers and play the game at your pace. You know, I do find sometimes Arsenal will play 100 mile an hour. I mean, if you come in and watched Arsenal play sometimes and the score wasn't up, you wouldn't know what the score was. You know, they'd still be going for it at 2-0 up like they were at 1-0 down. So you have to change the game up. I think I would worry about him in 1v1 situations, but it's very rare he gets in them situations.
What about elsewhere at Arsenal? Are you happy with the window overall? Jakub Kiwior coming in, Leandro Trossard, or are they still lacking a striker? How do you see that situation?
I think Nketiah has surprised them in a way. I think, you know, they're probably saying that they're not surprised, but I think it's going to save them a lot of money. I think you've got to be lucky in football. You've got to be lucky. If you want to make it as a footballer, there's a big part of that's got to be luck. And he got that lucky opportunity and he's took it with both hands. You know, if he'd have had 2 bad games, they'd have been buying a centre-forward this window for 50, 60, 70 million. Now he's done it, you know, he's done what he's done well. He got his break and he's took the advantage, and, you know, I couldn't talk highly enough. He's shocked me in a way. I thought he might do it for 1 or 2 games, but the kid's been outstanding.
What do you make of Enzo Fernandez, potentially £105 million from Benfica to Chelsea? You talk about luck. Are they gambling a little bit, Chelsea, there, potentially with a long contract as well?
It's a lot of money. He is a good player. Don't get me wrong, he's a good player. I don't really like buying people on the back of World Cups. I think you need more than that. But he was outstanding. He was outstanding. It's a lot of money. This league's like no other league in the world. It's so difficult. But you have to take a chance along the way. You know, 108 million or 107 million is a lot of money. Only time will tell. But if he produces what he produced in the World Cup, but the World Cup's not the Premier League, if I'm being honest, then he'd be good.